Hello, Wausau, and welcome to another edition of Wausau Works podcast. I'm joined today here with Public Works Director Eric Lindman. Good morning, Eric.
Morning, Mayor.
It's springtime, and we've got one of the warmest days of the year so far, and I'm sure what's on everybody's mind, road surfacing, pothole filling, and any other projects that are associated with the kickoff of the spring. First, let me back up. Could you give us a quick description of what's your role here in the city, Eric, as Public Works Director, as people are asking?
Sure. As Director of Public Works and Utilities, I oversee the majority of the infrastructure within the city, everything from streets, sidewalks, our facilities that the city owns within the city as well. So typically any projects that are going on within the city within our infrastructure is under the department.
So all things that people see on a daily basis out there while they're driving around belong to you?
Yes.
All right.
They come this direction.
So let's give a quick, maybe a listing of what you see out there for what our priorities are on road maintenance, and then projects that we have a schedule on.
Right now, as far as the road maintenance, with the break in the weather, which finally has come, so that's kind of nice. We have our street sweepers out. We have some patching crews out right now. We're filling a lot of the major ones and a lot of the complaints and stuff that we have and doing the street sweeping. And once the hot mix plants open up, we should be hitting the potholes pretty heavily.
So street sweepers, I've seen a few comments out there, people looking for the street sweepers. We make multiple passes through the city. We have a couple of sweepers.
Right, yeah. Typically we have more than one out, right, in different areas of the city, maybe one on the west, one on the east side, sometimes even more. Especially early in the spring, we put down a lot of material this winter just because we had a lot of ice, and so we want to get that up. We'll also be out in our storm sewer basins and cleaning those out because some of those are collecting the base or some of the material that we put down as well.
So back to our maintenance side of it and the potholes. What does that look like when we get into resurfacing roads?
Yeah, so we have some larger projects happening this summer, which are full reconstruction, where we basically tear up the entire road, curb, gutter, sidewalks, water, sewer, storm sewer, and replace everything. And our first one, really, our early start is going to be April 27th, and that's Stark Street. And that will go all summer, probably starting at the end of April and go all the way through October. We have two other projects, West Wausau Avenue and North 8th Avenue. Both of those projects, to try to mitigate any school conflicts, we're going to start those after school is done this year, so that'll be early June.
Okay, and those are kind of rough shape right now. So
they are,
good
yes.
to get them.
Yes.
I've heard a few complaints on 8th Avenue already, so they'll be happy to see that.
Yeah, they will be 6 to 7 month durations from start to finish. So it'll be disruptive this year. We understand that for the residents. All residents have a direct contact with our inspectors on the site. So if they have complaints, and there's a lot of coordination with Harders for picking up garbage, mail drop-off,
because they won't
like
have
that.
their same street front pickup as
Yes.
they would have. Okay,
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So and we'll be posting various notices throughout this, because there's going to be detours and disruption, as you said, that we post to the website, and I think we do press releases anytime we have some sort of change in our traffic flows.
That's correct, yeah. And so we typically will send out traffic bulletins out of engineering when that happens. And then our website, our project engineers, usually every week or two, they'll update the schedule as they see it and as they know it, working with the contractors on a day-to-day basis.
So we talked a little bit about what some of those roads are. Any other projects that you've got on your plate?
Yeah, so you'll also see again this year that we're doing lead service line replacement. So that's citywide, but we're looking at doing about 12 to 1,300 this year. And obviously those might be, 3-4 blocks in a neighborhood and then bouncing around throughout the city. We also have the old water treatment facility demolition that's happening right now. So
it's about halfway down, if that's the right term.
It's an old plant. It's a large structure. We have a large underground infrastructure there too that has to come out. So
on that one, I think we had budgeted so this is a good news story, I think, $1.8 million to demo that, and it actually came in about half of that. So that's a good positive news for the city as well. And when that site is cleaned up and leveled off, We'll have gotten rid of a little bit of an eyesore and an attractant to vandalism, and have a site that's ready to go.
We also have a project that's replacing sanitary sewer and storm sewer utilities right downtown. Grant Street, First Street, and McIndoe Street. That will be starting here likely next week. And so there will be disruptions there on First Street, a couple different closures down there. We'll be sending out traffic bulletins on those as well.
Well, part of the summer and the spring is construction season. We hate it, but we don't want to see our roads go to heck. So it's part of the process. Looking to try to get ahead of it. We've had diminishing returns on delaying maintenance over the years or deferring maintenance over the years, and we can't defer too much, or we end up with roads that aren't happy for people.
Right. And I think in the long term, it just costs us more money because we just, like you saw this year, we had a pretty bad winter with rain and snow and ice, and we're just constantly filling the same potholes.
So talk about the milling and overlay. We have that now is a little more capacity in our own shop to do, and that not only re-smooths or surfaces the road, but it extends the life of the main road structure.
It does, yeah. So a few years ago, 5-6 years ago, we kind of shifted our maintenance right on an annual basis, and we bought some new equipment. We kind of did. We decided it was more efficient for us to contract out some services, and then we're able to do some paving for less expensive than contracting. And so with the new equipment that we have and with the staff that we have that are trained up very well with paving projects now, we're able to do some of these streets in-house, which has been really great because it works well with schedules for us, and we work it in our schedules. And then if we obviously can save some money and do some more streets and repair more streets, I think everybody appreciates that. Yeah.
Absolutely. We can do it for less. We can do it on our schedule. We're not waiting on contractors to squeeze us in.
Right.
So I think that's a great thing to know, and I think it's cost per mile a lot less than having to rebuild that whole road prematurely if we let it go.
Right. And typically on an asphalt overlay, we'll get 10, 12, 15 years. And so before it, we start seeing deterioration, and we might have to do some crack sealing and things like that.
Well, as much as we can do in-house, I think that works. If we have the equipment, we have the man-hours, I think that's a good strategy.
I think it is too. And it's worked out well for our staff as well. It keeps our guys very busy. I also like the visibility of our staff doing the work out in the public, and people can really see where their money is going.
Sure, and and I've this year, I probably more than others, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on our streets crews. Our pretty much everyone who is in contact with the public, whether it's fixing a broken water main. Because we've had some main breaks out there this year, and those are not convenient because they don't happen on scheduled time. They happen at 3 o'clock in the morning, colder than heck out, and our crews respond. They take the call, they get out there and start breaking through the concrete and the ice.
Can't say enough about that, with our staff, their response times and how they get out and manage those.
So that's a good point. So if a resident sees an issue that maybe we're not aware of, how would they reach out and let us know, hey, you've got a problem here that maybe you should swing by and take a look at?
There's numerous ways. They can send us an email. They can call the clerk's office. That'll get transferred up to us. They can call engineering directly, our streets division directly. Anywhere on the website, if you go to any of the divisions within the Department of Public Works, we'll get that message, and we usually get it within a few hours. And we'll definitely have somebody go out and take a look. Safety issues are a major concern of ours.
We are out there being proactive, but obviously you can't see everything that comes down the pike. So it's very helpful at times when residents do point those out for us.
It is. I'm glad you brought that up because, the residents really are our best eyes and ears out there on what's happening, right? And so just want residents to know that we do get a lot of calls and a lot of emails, but we do follow up on all of those. Yep.
That's great. Yep. And I've witnessed that myself. I do think we want to be proactive more
Yes.
than reactive, but at times you've got to react to the priorities, and we do a pretty good job of that, I believe. And anything else we want to talk about before we close?
I don't think so. I think one thing to the public, we have a lot of construction going on again this year, and appreciate your patience with it. If you have questions, please contact us in engineering for any specific questions and timelines. And we know at the end of the year, all these projects will be done, and our infrastructure will be better because of it.
All right. Well, again, thanks for joining us. And thank you, City of Wausau residents, for watching this episode of Wausau Works. If you have ideas on topics upcoming, drop me a line at the City of Wausau Mayor's office. Thanks for joining us. It's a great and glorious day to be in Wausau.